Hi there, and today we're going to learn about how to add scroll triggers for animations in Wix Studio. So here I am in my Wix Studio website, and if you want to have like a scroll trigger animation, make sure you are adding animations on to the bottom part of your pages. So because you won't really see the scrolling animation whenever you are here on the top of your page. So I will add the scroll animation right here in my second section of my page, which contains these two images. So you can have different options. For example, I want to choose the whole section. I can click on the inspector tool, click on animations and effects, and I have a scrolling animation whenever this section appears, and I only have one scrolling animation, which is the fade. But once I click on the individual images, for example, I will click on this image, click on the inspector tool, open the animations and effects, remove this animation right here on click, and then select scroll and then add an scrolling animation, and we have different types of animations right here. So we can have this 3D spin animation. We can click on adjust animation to adjust some more settings right here, and for example, I will change this into 190. And as you can see, whenever I scroll through my website, we can see that this image has the scrolling animation. And then for example, I want to have a scroll animation for this image right here. Again, from the inspector tool, go to animations and effects, click on scroll, click on add, and then you have different choices right here. So for example, I want this to have like an expand animation. Click on adjust animation to change the animation some more. So expand doesn't really work for this type of now we can see that it is working for this image right here. So we don't we can now just choose this option as well. So going back, I have this repeater element right here. Click on inspector tool, click on scroll in animations and effects, click on add, and I only have the fade animation. So it depends on the specific element that you will add. Sometimes it only has the fade animation, but for example, if you're choosing like an individual element in your website, it has different types of animation effects. So for example, for this text, I want to have a different animation. Go to the inspector tool, animation and effects, and I already have the reveal animation on this scroll triggered animation. So we can just leave it as it is. And then for example, for this one, for the footer section, we can have a scrolling animation for this as well. And we can see it doesn't have any other animations. So it doesn't really have a lot of animation options because this is the footer. So once I click on preview in my website, so as we can see, whenever I scroll down, I have this animation for this image right here, and we can see that this animation for this image is expanding whenever I scroll down to our website. And then for this repeater section right here, it already fades in whenever we scroll down to this part of the website. And then for this text animation, since it is a reveal, we can see that it changes its color whenever we scroll down to this website. So that is it for this video. I hope you learned how to add scroll triggered animations in your Wix Studio website, and thank you for watching.